For my Grandpa Buck, farming wasn't a job or even a way of life. It was a sacred act.
Easy, easy, easy.
For him, it wasn't the frozen tundra. It was the Garden of Eden.
Now, Craig, you play the role of Buck in this film. How would you describe this character? Who is he?
He's a fourth-generation farmer. He's trying to make sense of life in a situation where it looks like there's no way out. He may lose what he's held precious to him for so long, and he's wounded by the death of a daughter, and he's trying to raise a granddaughter in a tradition of a family that he's trying to uphold, and he's trying to find a faith. This ain't your land.
Well, when you don't pay your loan, it becomes my land.
What was that about?
He's wounded, and he's in a situation in life that's a crisis. And he's trying to find a way to manufacture some out, some way to make it work.
Does your granddad know where you're headed?
He knows I'll be home later.
I couldn't do farming anymore. I was on my way out for some bigger dreams.
And what is it about this story that made you say yes to the role?
Well, the way it was written, and I think the landscape and the fact that generational farms are in my family, and I could identify with that. But I think one of the main reasons was his walk, his faith walk.
I will make a little wager with you. The pack go all the way, I will give you another year, interest-free. And if they lose, you sign everything over to me.
Take it.
Oh, we ain't betting, folks, Joe. I'm gonna take the bet.
You better pray God owes the pack a favor.
Did you have any concerns with working with first-time filmmakers?
No, they were so enthusiastic, and they had such a great vision. The joy of doing that is participating in someone's dream.
You know that no one cares about our little slice of nothing in the middle of nowhere.
I do.
I want to hear you before you become rich and famous.
No guarantee of that.
So this story, I understand it's personal, so tell me how.
Yeah, it's very personal. Our grandfather was a dairy farmer, and this is really our first opportunity to get a chance to share kind of the beauty of what we grew up around and the beauty of the people up there.
Tell me about the journey as independent filmmakers to get this film completed. I imagine it was a faith walk on many levels.
You know, as independent filmmakers, you don't have the budget to pay and hire out roles. Like, you take everything on your back and carry that the whole way.
You go chasing your hopes and your dreams, you forget who you are, and there is nothing worth the cost.
You know, like in terms of a faith journey too, I think with all forms of art, you just have, it's almost like some kind of inspiration, right? Or there's some kind of seed of an idea that's given to you, and you feel, it's like, what are we supposed to do with this? How do we steward that? And I think with this project, it's really been that, where, we're kind of just going, on like prayer and, I think what we would consider like a vocational calling, and trying to do our best with what we have.
How do we land Craig T. Nelson in the lead role?
That was awesome. So it was actually Davin's wife was always like, you guys should get Craig. He's perfect. He has a strong, rich, vibrant spiritual life, and he spans the generations. Everybody knows him from Coach to now the young kids know him as from Young Sheldon and Mr. Incredible. So, but we got it in front of him, and our casting directors were kind of skeptical we'd be able to get him. But he read the script, and honestly, he reached back out the next day and said he wanted to talk to us and interview us. I think when he came on board for us, it was just a wave of belief for us. Like, here's a Hollywood legend who sees some real value in what we know is true and good in the story, and he's been just the best collaborator the whole journey.
In real life, miracles don't always arrive on time.
And the pack beat the Bears.
And the good guy doesn't always win.
Now that it's done and ready for release, what's your prayer?
It's kind of like the loaves and fish type thing. Like, you bring what you have. It is what it is. Like, we've been able to steward what we have, and I think the message I'm 100% sure in there is that it's true, it's good, and it's beautiful. And I guess my prayer is that like small offering can really touch people's hearts, can can encourage them with and provide hope.
It can feel dark, especially in times like this. So I think if we can sprinkle a little goodness and hope and joy into people's worlds, that would be a great prayer answered.
Granddaughter's really talented.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have a hope for what you want the audience to experience when seeing this film?
The sense of hope and the sense of that somebody is actively engaged in searching out the things that matter the most. And here's a family that's going through it. Maybe you can identify.
You still believe in what we're doing?
More than anything.